Culture bearers are one of the big things that helps keep us unique from any other city in the country. In no other city will you find a group of masking Indians marching through the streets, dozens of people following along, second lines, all that other stuff. We have so much here, plus the music, the food, everything else. But this weekend, the New Orleans Tourism and Cultural Fund is hosting their inaugural Honors Gala benefiting the city's culture bearers. WWL-TV is a proud sponsor of the event, and we're joined by NOTCF President and CEO Lisa Alexis, as well as Asali Ecclesiastes, Executive Director of the Ashe Cultural Center. And we were talking off camera about the importance of culture bearers here in this city, and sometimes we miss the business of taking care of our culture bearers. We produce some of the best culture bearers in the world, but we just don't have the business to back them sometimes. And that's kind of what you guys are working toward.
Absolutely, and we're so excited to have the NOTCF Honors Gala. This will be the first time in its history that we're going to honor all 6 sectors of our cultural arts.
And let's go over what all 6 sectors are.
Certainly, it is culinary arts, it is literary arts, it is music and entertainment.
You're counting your fingers too.
Yes, preservation. It is preservation, architecture as well, and it is fashion, it is film. It is all of those things, and I hope I said visual arts as well.
Yeah.
And it is all of those areas that really build and define the city and what causes people to really visit the city.
And we are a very unique city, obviously, but people do come to see some of the things that we have become so accustomed to, and you want everybody to make sure that they appreciate that here in town.
Well, absolutely, because in appreciating that, and we want them to appreciate it fully, you know.
But support it more.
That's what I'm about to say, you know, appreciate it, you know, with your attention and your applause and those things, but also appreciate it with your dollars, right? As we were talking about, there's not the infrastructure for business, but there's also not the infrastructure for the quality of life that our culture bearers deserve.
And what does that mean specifically?
Well, for me, it means housing affordability for culture bearers to be able to live comfortably and happily in the neighborhoods that produce them, right? That they're not pushed out of their communities. It means access to living wages. It means the kinds of policies that support them in being able to have healthy lives. Here in New Orleans, our culture bearers make a lot less money than everybody else. They have disparities in life expectancy, and we don't do the things to wrap our arms around them as much as we should, which is why I'm so excited about this fund. Ashe is celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, right? And over this time, as we've matured, we're also happy to see our city mature and, you know, provide the kinds of things that our culture bearers need, do more institution building.
And there are, and we're looking at Mardi Gras Indians now. They recently, because of the Ella project, they have a trademark on their costumes, things like that, their likeness.
That's right.
So instead of having somebody take a picture of a Mardi Gras Indian and then selling it for $3,000 in the French Quarter, they own the rights to that. So
absolutely, and I would like to say we're also excited because through our Tourism and Cultural Fund, we have been able to support and partner with organizations such as Ashe, such as the Ella Project. As a matter of fact, just this past 2 years alone, we have invested $5 million into the economy, directly into our Mardi Gras Indians, over 300,000 into our Mardi Gras Indians, so they have the ability to sustain the work that they do. And we've seen our Mardi Gras Indians go from not only masking and showcasing, but now capitalizing on their own work. They're now being able to, their artisan Smithsonian Institutes. They're on brewery cans as well. They're utilizing their beauty
and their suits are displayed all over the world in art museums. So it's just, it really has come a long way. And we talked about musicians during the break too, because so many times we produce so many wonderful musicians, but the business of music just doesn't seem to be here. It goes to Nashville or New York or Los Angeles. And I mean, for decades we've been talking about this, but you guys are working toward that too.
Absolutely. I think that's critical.
Yeah.
If we are to sustain our musicians and our music industry here in New Orleans, you know, as I mentioned, the quality of life, right? There are many musicians who would like to be able to earn the kind of living here in our city. We've been talking about this for as long as Louis Armstrong, right?
Yeah.
You know, and so I think it's time. And I think that by having organizations like the Ella Project, of course, like the New Orleans Culture and Tourism Fund, that really promotes the ability of our musicians to be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
You know, you have musicians that know how to fix instruments, that, I mean, we don't even have booking agents here in our city to support, you know, the ability of our folks to, you know, make the kinds of living that
Well,
they need.
and it is one of the most unique natural resources that New Orleans has, and
Yes.
it's what brings the tourists down. Thank you very much. Tell us a little bit more about when this.
The gala is going to be Saturday, January 14th.
Okay.
There's still a few seats left. I encourage everyone to please come and enjoy. It's going to have 4-course curated meal. There's going to be an immersive aspect of representing all of our cultural
Okay.
sectors of art. So it's really going to be awesome.
All right, and we'll post a link to where you can purchase tickets, the few tickets that are left,
Yes.
on our website, WWLTV.com. April?